بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Lecture 4. Hello everyone. In today's lecture we're going to study comprehension unit in addition to a basic grammar lesson. So let's start. The future of Islamic architecture. مستقبل العمارة الإسلامية. Certain architecture features have become fixed and eternal in this modern world. They help us find our architectural roots and remain true to our identity. Almost every architectural structure addresses in a direct sense cultural identity and philosophy within a physical context. Certain architectural features have become أصبحت بعض الخصائص أو السمات المعمارية fixed ثابتة and eternal وخالدة وأبدية in this modern world في هذا العالم الحديث. They help us find our architectural roots تساعدنا في العثور على جذورنا المعمارية and remain true to our identity ونظل صادقين مع هويتنا. Most تقريبا every architectural structure كل بنية معمارية addresses تعالج in a direct sense بالمعنى المباشر cultural identity and philosophy within a physical context. cultural identity and philosophy هوية ثقافية وفلسفية within a physical context في سياق مادي. If we want to understand, appreciate and evaluate the architectural quality of a building, we need to develop a sense of dimension, topography, climate, material, structure and proportion, and of the surrounding physical environment, both natural and human-made. This sense goes far beyond the building's ability to serve utilitarian needs. If we want to understand, نفهم, appreciate and evaluate ونقيم the architectural quality, الجودة المعمارية of a building, we need to develop a sense of dimension, حس بالبعد, topography. Topography is the science of describing an area of land. Climate المناخ, material المادة, structure البنية, and proportion والتناسب. And with the surrounding physical environment, البيئة المادية المحيطة, with natural and human-made, الطبيعية والبشرية على حد سواء. The sense goes far beyond, يتجاوز هذا المعنى. The building is ability, قدرة المبنى to serve utilitarian needs, على تلبية الاحتياجات النفعية. If we want to understand, appreciate and evaluate the architectural quality of a building, we need to develop a sense of dimension, topography, climate, material, structure and proportion, and of the surrounding physical environment, both natural and human-made. This sense goes far beyond the building's ability to serve utilitarian needs. If we want to understand, نفهم, appreciate and evaluate ونقيم the architectural quality, الجودة المعمارية of a building, we need to develop a sense of dimension, حس بالبعد, topography. Topography is the science of describing an area of land. Climate المناخ, material المادة, structure البنية, and proportion والتناسب. And with the surrounding physical environment, البيئة المادية المحيطة, with natural and human-made, الطبيعية والبشرية على حد سواء. The sense goes far beyond, يتجاوز هذا المعنى. The building is ability, قدرة المبنى to serve utilitarian needs, على تلبية الاحتياجات النفعية. The Islamic world, and the Middle East in particular, is undergoing transformation today, unprecedented in its history, writes architect Gary Martin in the essay Building the Middle East Today in Search of a Direction. Oil wealth, along with social and political change, have threatened Islamic culture and traditions. This identity crisis is readily apparent in architectural design. The Islamic world and the Middle East, الشرق الأوسط in particular على وجه الخصوص, is undergoing يشهد a transformation today, تحولا اليوم, unprecedented, لم يسبق له مثيل in its history, في تاريخه. writes architect كما يكتب architect المهندس المعماري جاري مارتن in the essay في مقال Building the Middle East Today in Search of a Direction, بحثا عن اتجاه. Oil wealth, الثروة النفطية, along with إلى جانب social and political change, التغير الاجتماعي والسياسي, have threatened, هددت Islamic culture and traditions, التقاليد والثقافة الإسلامية. This identity crisis, أزمة الهوية, is readily apparent, تظهر بوضوح in architectural design في التصميم المعماري. A desire for rapid development, Martin notes, brought to the Middle East is a massive importation of Western technology, planning, design, and constructional expertise. Many of the new buildings in the Middle East, continues Martin, are direct imitation of Western models that were designed for another culture, and they are creating an alien environment in Islamic communities. A desire for rapid development, الرغبة في تحقيق تنمية أو تطور سريع. Martin notes, Richard Martin, brought to the Middle East, جلبت إلى الشرق الأوسط, the massive importation, الاستيراد الهائل of Western technology, planning, تخطيط, design, تصميم, and constructional expertise, الخبرة البنائية. Many of the new buildings in the Middle East, continues Martin, بيواصل قوله, are direct imitations وتقليد مباشر of Western models, النماذج الغربية, that were designed for another culture, وتم تصميمها لثقافة أخرى, and they are creating تخلق an alien environment بيئة غريبة in Islamic communities في المجتمعات الإسلامية. Many Muslim planners and architects are reacting to this invasion of Western culture by reasserting their Islamic heritage. This leads to the questions of just what constitutes Islamic architecture. Central to this definition, Martin explains, is the Islamic concept of unity. Islamic architecture was in harmony with the people, their environment, and their creator. Martin adds, yet no strict rules were applied to govern Islamic architecture. Many Muslim planners مخططين and architects ومعماريين are reacting يتفاعلوا to this invasion لهذا الغزو of Western culture الثقافة الغربية by reasserting their Islamic heritage reasserting إعادة تأكيد their Islamic heritage تراثهم الإسلامي. This leads to يؤدي إلى the questions التساؤلات of just what constitutes Islamic architecture حول ما يشكل العمارة الإسلامية أو ماهية العمارة الإسلامية. Central to this definition جوهر هذا التعريف Martin explains يشرح is the Islamic concept of unity المفهوم الإسلامي للوحدة. Islamic architecture was in harmony في تناغم with the people their environment وبيئتهم and their creator وخالقهم. Martin adds يضيف yet no strict rules were applied لم تطبق strict rules قواعد صارمة to govern لتنظيم أو ضبط Islamic architecture. The great mosques of Cordoba, Idrin, and Shajian use local geometry, local materials, local building methods to express in their own way the order, harmony, and unity of Islamic architecture. When the major monuments of Islamic architecture are examined, Martin writes, they reveal complex geometrical relationships, a studied hierarchy of form and ornament, and great depth of symbolic meaning. The great mosques of Cordoba in Spain, Idrin in Turkey, and Shajian in India each use local geometry, علم الهندسة الرياضية, local materials, local building methods to express in their own way the order, نظام, harmony, and unity of Islamic architecture. When the major monuments المعالم الرئيسة of Islamic architecture are examined, يتم فحصها. Martin writes, they reveal بتكشف أو تظهر complex geometrical relationships, علاقات معقدة geometrical ذات طابع هندسي. A studied hierarchy تسلسل هرمي مدروس of form and ornament للشكل والزخرفة and great depth أعماق كبيرة of symbolic meaning للمعنى الرمزي. In the Islamic and Arabic world we find great architects such as Hassan Fathy is arguing for the nobility and wisdom of vernacular architecture in the face of imported models that are alien to Islamic society. Moreover, there is Rifat Qadirji, whose entire life has been dedicated to the search for a suitable contemporary architecture expression that's inspired by the authentic heritage of his region. These and many more, such as Basil Bayati and Abdulwahid al-Wakil, are the gladiators in the arena of competing concepts of architecture in the Muslim world. In the Islamic and Arabic world, we find great architects, such as Hassan Fathy is arguing for يدافع عن the nobility and wisdom نبل وحكمة of vernacular architecture العمارة العامية المحلية in the face of imported models في مواجهة النماذج المستوردة that are alien to Islamic society الغريبة عن المجتمع الإسلامي. Moreover, علاوة على ذلك there is رفعت قادرجي whose entire life حياته بالكامل has been dedicated to the search for a suitable contemporary architecture expression تعبير معماري عصري مناسب that's inspired by مستوحى من the authentic heritage التراث الأصيل of his region لمنطقته. These and many more such as Basil Bayat and الواحد الوكيل are the gladiator هم المصارعون in the arena of competing concepts في ساحة المفاهيم المتنافسة of architecture in the Muslim world. They have contributed significantly to the evolving patterns of the built environment, to the intellectual debate prevailing in the Muslim world, and to the architectural profession's image of its role as the articulator and the promulgator of societal values. They have contributed significantly ساهموا بشكل كبير to the evolving patterns الأنماط المتطورة of the built environment, to the intellectual debate النقاش الفكري prevailing السائد in the Muslim world, and to the architectural profession's image صورة مهنة الهندسة المعمارية of its role عن دورها as articulator كمفصل and promulgator ومصدر of societal values للقيم المجتمعية. Please answer the following questions. Please write down the answers. You have 20 seconds for every question. 1. What would help us find our architecture roots and remain true to our identity? 2. What does every architectural structure address? 3. According to the passage, what do we need if we want to understand, appreciate, and evaluate the architectural quality of a building? 4. Explain the kind of transformation the Islamic world and the Middle East in particular is undergoing. 5. How are many Muslim planners and architects reacting to this invasion of Western culture? 6. According to Gary Martin, what constitutes Islamic architecture? 7. What do the major monuments of Islamic architecture reveal when they are examined? 8. According to Martin, what are the three directions in contemporary Islamic architecture has taken? 9. Name at least two of the great Islamic architects and discuss what they are known for. 10. Discuss their contributions to the Islamic architecture. Thanks for your attention. Welcome again, our dear students. The second part of our lecture is grammar. Word order. ترتيب الكلمة. Word order 1. Verb plus object, place and time. A. Verb plus object. The verb and the object normally go together. We don't usually put other words between them. I like my job very much. I like my job very much. Like is the verb, my job is the object. So the verb and the object normally go together. We don't usually put other words between them. I like my job very much, so I cannot say I like very much my job. Our guide spoke English fluently, not spoke fluently English. I didn't use my phone yesterday. Do you eat meat every day? B. Place. The verb and place normally go together. Go home. Live in a city. Walk to work. The verb and place normally go together. If the verb has an object, the order is verb plus object plus place. We took the children to the zoo. We took the children to the zoo. We don't say we took to the zoo the children. Don't put anything on the table. Not don't put on the table anything. Did you learn English at school? C. Time. Normal time goes after place. Ben walks to work every morning. Ben walks to work. Place every morning. Time. Ben walks to work every morning. Not Ben walks every morning to work. I'm going to Paris on Monday. They've lived in the same house, place for a long time. Time. We need to be at the airport, place by 8 o'clock. Time. Sarah gave me a lift home, place after the party. Time. You really shouldn't go to bed, place so late. Time. Sometimes we put time at the beginning of the sentence. On Monday, I'm going to Paris. After the party, Sarah gave me a lift home. Exercises. Word order 2. Verbs with the verb. A. Some adverbs, for example, always, also, probably, go with the verb in the middle of a sentence. Emily always drives to work. Always drives. Adverb plus verb. Always drives. We were feeling very tired and we were also hungry. The meeting will probably be cancelled. B. If the verb is one word, the adverb goes before the verb. Emily always drives to work. Always is the adverb. Drives is the verb. The verb is one word, drives. So the adverb goes before the verb. Emily always drives to work. I almost fell as I was going down the stairs. I cleaned the house and also cooked the dinner. Also cooked. Cooked, the verb, is one word, so the adverb goes before the verb. Also cooked, not cooked also. Laura hardly ever watches television and rarely reads newspapers. Shall I give you my address? No, I already have it. Already have. Note that these adverbs always, usually, also, etc. go before have to. Joe never phones me. I always have to phone him. Always have to. The adverb goes before have to. Not have always to. Always have, not have always. But adverbs go after am, is, are, was, were. We were feeling very tired and we were also hungry. We're also. The adverb goes after were, not also were. We were also. You are always late. You are never on time. The traffic isn't usually as bad as it was this morning. C. If the verb is two or more words, I can never remember her name. The verb is two words, can, remember. So the adverb usually goes after the first verb. The first verb is can, then the adverb, then the second verb. I can never remember her name. So I don't say I never can remember her name, nor I can remember never her name. Claire doesn't usually drive. Doesn't drive. I put the adverb usually after the first verb. Claire doesn't usually drive to work. Are you definitely going? Are going? Are you definitely going away next week? The meeting will probably be cancelled. The meeting will probably be cancelled. The verb will be cancelled. So I put the adverb probably after the first verb will. And these are more examples. Note that probably goes before a negative. Probably goes before a negative. So we say, I probably won't see you, not I won't probably see you. I probably won't. We put probably before a negative. I will probably not see you. We also use all and both with the verb in the middle of a sentence. We all felt ill after the meal. Not we felt all ill. We all felt ill. Before the verb. My parents are both teachers. My parents are both teachers. After are. Sarah and Jane have both applied for the job. Have both applied after the first verb. My friends are all going out tonight. My friends are all going out tonight after the first verb. E. Sometimes we use auxiliary verbs instead of repeating part of a sentence. Tom says he isn't clever, but I think he is. Instead of, but I think he is clever. When we do this, we put always, never, etc. before the verb. He always says he won't be late, but he always is. Instead of, he is always late. I never done it and I never will. Instead of, I will never do it. Exercises. That's the end of our lecture. Thank you. See you soon.